from your childhood that really helped shape the Frankie J that we know today?
So Jodeci for sure. Jodeci for sure. You actually had him not too long ago, John B.
Oh yes, we gotta give it up for John B.
My brother John. Oh my gosh, who else? Drew Hill.
Okay, Drew Hill, yes.
Yes. Who else? Oh my gosh. Usher.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Growing up, listening to Usher. It's 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top, cruising the streets. Oh, dude.
I was ready to keep on going on that right now.
So yeah, some of the, just a few of those.
You know what? That's all the artists that we listened to and we grew up on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I think that's why we're all on the same wavelength. But Frankie, when you sit down and you write songs, do you start with the melody first, the lyrics, or is it just you're feeling like you got to just feel that moment? How do you start that writing process?
Oh man, you know what, Cece, sometimes it's different because there are times where I'll just have a melody in my mind and with no lyric, but there's a feeling that comes with that melody that either could be something that is either like a happy melody or just a vibey kind of melody, or even just something that is like more sad type of melody. And I'll come up with the lyrics, the next day, or sometimes even like a month later, I'll recap on the melody that I thought of. But it comes in waves. Sometimes I do have the lyrics right away, and sometimes I'll listen to a beat and the melody and the lyric will come in like literally on the spot.
I've even seen interviews where different artists will say they'll even hold on to a beat for like 5-7 years. Like sometimes it just takes a minute.
Oh yeah, there's been times where I've held on to music for a few years and then I'll come back to it and I'll write something and it's like, oh wow, you've had this for 2-3 years, and it's just, they're just collecting dust.
Right.
They become gems after a while.
Now, one of your biggest records, Obsesión No Es Amor, took on a life of its own. And the question that I want to ask you is that, looking back, when was the moment you knew that this song is timeless?
Oh man, I think the moment that I realized that this record was going to be a timeless hit for me was I was in Minneapolis on tour. I was doing a big promo tour for the single, for Obsession. I was still working on the album, The One, and it was a big promo party kind of thing, radio event. I forget the name, but oh my gosh, okay. It was something that had to do with just, with the ladies. It was a ladies' night out or something like that. And I went on stage and I started performing the song. And when it got to the hook, the crowd wouldn't let me sing it. The crowd knew the actual record. And I remember telling the DJ that was with me at the time to stop the track. And the crowd sang the rest of the song, and I was like, okay,
this is it.
This is definitely it.
That song, yeah.
And it was just a memorable moment for me. I was like, okay, I think we're gonna be able to have a good year this year.
I love it.
Yeah, this was in Minneapolis.
Listen, your collabs with Baby Bash are certified classics. We play them all the time on KDAY. What made that chemistry between you two? Yeah, we love Bash. What made that chemistry
big brother right there
between you two work so well? And who's on your dream collab list today?
Oh wow,
that's a great
two questions, right? Two questions in one. Okay, so I think to answer the first question, I think what came, I guess. Our relationship, mine and Bash's, friendship, relationship.
It's really like a brotherhood.
It is, it really is. I think we ended up clicking right away because we're both from California. And the fact that we were two, up and coming artists at the time, living in Texas, really just kind of helped us to bond and come together and we would do a lot of shows together. This was before I was even a solo artist. I was in a group called the Cumbia Kings.
I remember We love the Cumbia Kings.
And Bash was just Baby Beesh. He wasn't even Baby Bash at the time. He was signed to a label called Dope House Records.
Oh yeah.
And he was doing a lot of shows, you know, with the Dope House Records family. And so we would do a lot of shows. They would open up for the Cumbia Kings a lot. And we just, you know, I remember my boy DJ Kane, who was the other lead singer of the band. He told me, he was, hey man, there's this guy from California, bro. And he goes by Baby Beach, and he wants to meet you, and he wants to work with you too, and this and that. Because they had already been working already a while. And so we ended up meeting through my friend DJ Kane. And the rest is history. We ended up linking up. We wrote Sugar Sugar in Chula Vista, California, in San Diego. And here we are, still. Here we are. And as far as, what was the other question? As far as who I would like to collab?
Yeah, like, so basically your dream collab today.
My dream collab today.
You're like, man, I'm going to manifest it. I want to work with that artist.
Young or like newer?
Whoever, it's your dream collab.
I'm sorry, but I'm going to say it right now. Michael Jackson.
Michael.
Yeah!
I grew up listening to Michael. He was a staple in a household, and I just, you know, love all his music, and I'm sure the whole entire world, you know, as well.
Yeah!
Yes.
So for sure, Michael, man. For sure, Michael Jackson.
Now, we all know Frankie J has hits for the club. He's got the slow jams that we ladies love. What's your favorite track to perform live? To perform live?
Slow jam?
Yeah.
Ooh, wow, there's a few of them. I want to say probably Don't Want to Try, because Don't Want to Try was the kickstarter of my solo career. It was the very first song that I wrote and produced alongside a very good friend of mine named James Galvez. And I remember just, you know, the feeling of going on stage and singing that song when I was just starting as a solo artist. And while it was hitting on the radio, I didn't really know that it was going to be a hit. And when I started hearing it on the radio a lot and people becoming very familiar with the song, performing it on stage was just, like earlier, like when you asked me, like what's the feeling that you get when, you know, the crowd is showing you so much love and singing along to your songs.
It's almost like a magical moment that just happens, right?
Yes, it was a very magical moment. So I think Don't Want to Try for me has always been one of those closest to my heart. I mean, many of them though. More Than Words, How to Deal, Daddy's Little Girl.
More Than Words is one of my favorite. I love More Than Words, right? Let me ask you this. You have been the soundtrack to so many people's lives. We have been fans, you know, since day one. What's the craziest fan story, or what's the craziest reaction you've gotten from a song? So you might have that crazy ass fan story.
Oh man, one of the craziest experiences that I've ever lived, I want to say it was in Fresno, California. We were doing another promo event for a radio station out there, and we were performing in a mall. It was one of the malls out there in Fresno. And you know, out there in the valley, man, you do free shows, you got a bunch of Mexicans showing up. And they're just, you know, they're all ganged up.
They're all there with their kids, their tia, the comadre, everybody's there.
Abuelitas.
Right.
And so we were performing, and I want to say I finished the last song. And as I was saying bye to the crowd, it was a very small stage, you know, kind of similar to where we're at right now, but there was no barricades, there was no nothing. When I said basically, you know, bye to the people, that the entire crowd just started coming onto the stage, and they just told me, run. So when I ran, they started following. And there's footage.
We gotta see this, yes.
You know Sujit, right?
Yeah, I love Sujit, yes.
Sujit from Scam Artist. I think he's got footage of that, or somebody.
Yes.
They filmed that whole entire event, and what happened. So I started running, and it was like people chasing after you. Like it was wild. It was pretty wild.
Oh
so,
my God.
That's probably one of the craziest.
Okay, so I do want to let you know, we do have a couple artists here that are in the building that perform, and they do a lot of stuff here in Los Angeles. You've been in the game for decades. This is so important because I'm all about each one teach one. I really am, and that's what it is in life. what's one lesson or a piece of advice that you'd give to young artists, the young artists that are here today that are trying to make it? A real good, solid piece of advice that they can take with them.
I would say know the business. Know the business. Because publishing is important to know about. Songwriting. There are two things, two big factors that play a big part in your life, in your career. Your masters. Own your masters, own your music. And just study the industry. Another thing that I would say is surround yourself with good people. Good people that are willing to fight for you, that are gonna keep on pushing you and believe in you at the same time and want to see you succeed, because there's a lot of jealousy out there.
We all know about the jealousy, don't we? The haters,
Yes. And I think, for one, I think having haters is a blessing at the same time, because it's showing you that you're on the right track, that you're doing something really, really good, and it's actually making a change, in your life. So I think those are a few things that I would probably, say to the up and coming.
Let's look ahead. Are we gonna get any new Frankie J music coming soon? Listen, you guys know we want it. You know we want it.
Yes, we do.
I know you want it. Yes.
Yes, we do.
So absolutely, I mean, I have to. This is what I eat, think, and breathe.
Yes.
Music is definitely a huge part of me. So I know that I've done some features here and there, and they're always obviously posted on all the social medias. Just recently was in the studio with Mexican OT. I was in the studio with with Baby Bash, of course, with Burner, a lot of the Tex-Mex artists as well, and of course Paul Wall. And so I mean, as far as like my own stuff, yes, you better believe it. I'm definitely coming out with some new music, original music. I already have a few projects, albums that are done. All they need is just maybe some mixing and mastering, and they'll be ready to go for 2026. I mean, I have an album called Acoustic Deja Vu.
I love
it. Another project is called Recuerdos, which is an album full of a bunch of classics in Spanish from José José, Vicente Fernández, Juan Gabriel, a lot of those, Pedro Infante. And I take heart to a lot of that stuff because I grew up with that music. So, and of course some original songs too. Yeah, absolutely.
Another song with Louis the Singer.
Another one with Louis. There you go.
No, listen, I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to manifest it because you have been doing this for so long. And when you started, let me speak on something. When you started, there was not a lot of Latinos in this business with R&B, with hip-hop. I can say that I've been in this business for over 25 years, so I remember. It would literally just be us in the room sometimes. So the fact that you've lasted out a lot of different people in your career, you're still going, you're still making new music. I know that beginning what could have been a struggle, and I know it probably was. Can I say, can I manifest a Frankie J documentary? Do you guys want to see that?
There's a lot of stories to tell there. There's a lot of stories. I've been asked by a lot of my colleagues, like, why haven't I done a documentary? Because Frankie J has been a brand, it's been a movement since early 2000s, and a lot of people don't know your story. So they've always said, like, you need to put down like a documentary of how you started, where it all began, what got you into R&B music, what got you into pop music, what got you into stardom,
right? And
how it all began for you. And you know what? I've been heavily thinking about doing a documentary very soon, and I think the world needs to know what helped me get started.
Exactly, because what helps you can help us.
Absolutely.
And we always want to pass on that knowledge. Now, I'm not going to hold you. I know you're going to get on the mic and do your thing. But I love the fact that this is what I do, and I make it different. I always want a fan to be able, if they're here, just to ask their favorite artist a question. So we have somebody from the crowd right now.
She deserves it.
All right, so our girl Chin here from Oklahoma.
I told you.
Oklahoma in the building.
What's up, Oklahoma? Frankie, hi brother. So good to see you. Okay, so while we're waiting for that documentary to drop, we want to know, like, what do you do to sometimes take a break from the stardom and like just remember to stay humble and kind of level-headed, because the fame can be overwhelming sometimes. Like, what do you do to make sure that you stay grounded?
Jesus Christ, my faith. Straight up, and I'm not ashamed. I know it's been something that's been heavily talked about on social media, and sometimes people, the cancel culture will definitely try to cancel you, but I don't care. For me, I feel like my faith and where I stand has kept me humble, has kept me where I'm at today, and at the end of the day, it's kept me going, and it's kept me believing, and I always say, if you believe, you will achieve. So for me, faith is dead without works. So we gotta keep working, we gotta keep striving, we gotta keep believing. But for me, Jesus Christ.
I love it, great answer. Hey, listen, I'm Mexican, so my people says all we need is beans, rice, and Jesus